What's up, YouTube? It's Lyle from Adrenaline DFS, bringing you Week 7 tips, tricks, and all the good-ish that I can help you with. So we're just going to jump right in. It's going to be a shorter video. It's actually 3:11 a.m., but I was dedicated to doing these for every week this season, so I'm going to do it whether I like it or not. So we're going to start it off like we always do um, with checking the lines of the games to see where we're wanting to get our most exposure in which games and all that good nonsense. I did write down some notes earlier, but oh, they're over here. So the Rams, I think, are currently the number one team as far as points. Oh no, these guys jumped them. Okay, the Bills are the number one team right now for points for a team, which is very weird to me. Um, they just don't have that much explosive power, but I guess Vegas likes them. And then the Rams. From the Rams, what do we have? The Giants, I think. Yeah, Giants at 26.75, which I think Saquon Barkley is back this week. And Green Bay's at 26. A lot of people at 26-ish area. Seahawks as well. Oh, excuse me, sorry. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is try to target those games, those teams for the most part. We're gonna avoid teams such as um, Washington. We're gonna totally just delete them out of our player pool. Um, the Chargers, I'm not gonna use any of probably. Maybe some Keenan Allen a little bit, and maybe Hunter Henry. The Saints, I won't use any of either. I don't believe. Maybe Michael Thomas here and there. Um, so normally the low totals I tend to stay away from. This one is an exception kind of because Jacksonville's rush defense isn't very good. So I might get a little Joe Mixon, and he's cheap. So if we look for game stacks though, so highest total games, we have 54.5 between Atlanta and the Rams, 50.5 here, so it looks like it's 4 point difference. So if we're picking a game to stack, it'll be this Atlanta Rams game. Um, then from there we'll go to like I'm gonna be all over these games either way, but the totals are just there. Defenses are absolutely terrible on all these teams except for maybe the Rams, but the Rams just still give up a lot of points. And then this Baltimore game, I probably won't do too much with it, but I will be on a few people here and there. If Marlon Humphreys is supposed to shadow Tyler Lockett, I'll probably avoid him a little bit. If he went off last week, like if he did decent, like a 20 to 30 point game, I would have made so much money, but he kind of flopped. Um, So yeah, that's where I'm at with those. I do want to just help you guys out if I can with tips. Like I say it all the time, try to build the best possible lineup each time you crunch one or make one, however you produce your lineups. You always want to be smart about it, build it with, make it make sense in your head why you're building it that way, make it make sense why you have each player that you have. Um, like let's, for example, don't start who was it? Case Keenum? Who I don't even know who's starting for Washington right now. Case Keenum starting? Yeah, so if Case Keenum's starting, why you don't start him against San Francisco? Like make the play make sense. Um so yeah, just be smart, build smart lineups, and you'll be successful. For them, I mean, you got to know a little more, but that's the start. We'll just jump in and drop a few quarterback names. I kind of basically told you in the last little bit. Kyler Murray, I'm pretty high on this week. By pretty high, I'm really high on Kyler. This Matt Ryan, Jared Goff, more probably Goff than Matt Ryan, just because Matt Ryan just weird. But Jared Goff, I feel like, has a higher ceiling. So could produce more points. Um, Gardner Minshew, I'm a little intrigued by. Or against it. Eesh. Or against Cincinnati. Trash. You know, Cincinnati's terrible. Their pass defense is really bad. All around, they're just really bad. Um, Josh Allen, just because Vegas has them as the highest total. Without him doing well, they're not gonna do well at all. Um, Maybe Jacoby Brissett a little bit because he's pretty cheap down here. Um, I'm not really huge on anybody, but probably Kyler, Matt, and Goff. Those will probably be my three highest exposed quarterbacks. Running backs, um, I'm gonna make a pretty bold stance on Leonard Fournette. I'll probably have him in about 80, 75 or 80% of my lineups. Um, just in a smash spot here. He's only 7,000. It's just like, what the hell is this guy doing here? Compared to him, he's on the field all the time. He gets all the balls. He gets all the, like, look at this targets for Leonard Fournette. It's weird. Like, they incorporate him in the pass game now, and it's nice to see. I could see him having another game like this. 29 attempts, 225, smash spot. Um, let's see. Outside of there, I kind of like Gurley against Atlanta. Not 100% on that, but I probably will play him a bit. Um, Singletary against Miami. Um, he's he's participating in practice fully. Joe Mixon I mentioned earlier. Now keep an eye on this right here. Oh, he's expected to play. Okay. I'll have a lot of him too then. But I was gonna say if not, you could go with. Oh, where's he at? Oh, Chase Edmonds. Let's see here. Anybody cheap? Yeah. So basically, those guys. Saquon, he's just a stud, absolute stud. I will have him a lot too. I'll have a lot of Saquon Fournette stacks. I'll get a little Dalvin, but I have faith in Detroit's defense. But he'll still probably get 100 yards and a touchdown or two, which is really good. I don't really have any bold stances on running back other than Fournette and Saquon. Wide receivers, I'm cool with Julio, cool with Hopkins. I think Cooper Kupp's my favorite receiver this week. And hopefully, because he had a bad week, that he'll kind of get overlooked. I would be super happy because look at these games before. Could definitely use another one of those. I was getting a lot of what's his name? Tyler Boyd. I was getting a ton of Tyler Boyd in my crunches. Not sure why exactly. I have to look more into it. I like DJ Chark this week. Oh, there's a guy. There's a guy. Let's see what's up with these guys. Questionable. I'd like to know some more news on these guys. He's questionable. Okay, so if one of these guys sits, Geronimo Allison or MVS, Marquez Valdez Scantling, I really like Lazard at 3K. I'm kind of upset because I did 20 crunches for the showdown game against Detroit with these guys, and they put him in all of my lineups, and I took him out because I didn't know who he was. I looked into it, and I think he's 6'5". He's a big boy, and Rogers sits next to him in all the meetings and everything, and he said it's about time that he got on the field. Oh, excuse me, got on the field. So yeah, I'm definitely high on him. If one of those guys are out, or both, if both of those guys are out, could be money with Oakland's defense. Um, I like Fitzgerald, Kirk, kind of like Kirk more. Um, and then the Giants. I kind of like the Giants receivers too. Maybe Slayton. You can probably get to Tate, I guess. I don't know if I want to though. At 5,800, Slayton is how much? 41. I'd rather just drop down to 41 and get Slayton. Let's see. Tight end, Evan Ingram, Hooper, Waller. No need to really get the Henry when Waller's only 500 more. Or seven, I guess it's 700 more. Maybe. Yeah, I think I'll just pay up at tight end. I'll probably go with Evan Ingram a lot. Any of these guys are fine, the top five right now, maybe top six. I don't really like Jimmy Graham because it's Jimmy Graham and he's terrible. Um, Defenses, man, these top two look really appealing this week, but defense is volatile, most volatile position. Um, I'm gonna probably just be all over one of the top two, but we'll see because we got 1,500 down here for Miami, and that's really appealing against Buffalo, who they're not crazy explosive. So maybe we'll go there, or maybe Washington. I don't know. Defense is what it is. So basically, to just overview real quick is we got Arizona. We want to target this game, Arizona, New York. We want to target LA Rams and Atlanta. For the most part, like them are probably the two biggest games you want to target. Outside of that, you have your Baltimore Seattle game. It's gonna be raining. It looks like. Not a ton of exposure there for me, but I'll still have some. Jacksonville, or Cincinnati, I'll have decent amount in because Cincinnati's really bad. I'll probably get this some Green Bay as well, reluctantly. Um, so yeah, basically, I kind of want to start a little thing like a segment thingy to basically say like do a let's see like a blood racing lock and then like a or like we'll go with blood racing um flyer, which will be keep you on the edge of your seat. If he goes off, he goes off. You should make a lot of money. And we'll do a lock and then a let's see. I say a sleeper, I guess. Um, no, I guess I could be still under the same thing. Either way, we'll just do two this week. We'll try to get Vincent in next week as well. So basically, I kind of went over my two. My lock this week has got to be Leonard Fournette. If I have to pick anybody this week, for sure, it's gonna be him. Um, and if he has 0 points, then you just know I did bad. Or if he has under 20 points, you know I did bad. And then my sleeper or my blood racing. What was the word I used? Jeez, I'm so tired, guys. I'm sorry. So yeah, basically my sleeper, blood racing sleeper, is gonna be Adam Lazard from Green Bay. As long as things pan out. Allen, I said Adam. Jeez, dude, I need some sleep. Yeah, I guess we'll try to tighten that up next time. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to cover with you guys. Well, if you use desktop, I do want to mention this that you can get a Roto Grinders. It's up here. Go to Roto Grinders. It's a DraftKings tool, and it'll give you like a layout of the overlay of the money and what the payout is and whatnot. Um, this one's actually really good, but it's expensive. So the higher the margin is, the more money they're taking, which is being raked. Um, they don't really have good contests, really, to be honest. Yahoo has good ones, but nobody plays Yahoo. We're gonna be doing tournaments. There is a tournament on DraftKings or on FanDuel. Let me go to FanDuel. Oh no, don't look. Glad it doesn't show shit. Um, my balance is $0 on here right now because I already entered my contest. But um, under NFL sort by entry fee, they have these right here. These nickel. This is a nickel, so a nickel per lineup. I maxed 150, so it's only $7.50. But the prize pool is pretty decent. $1,000 for first place and off a nickel. I did really well, not in this one last week, but I did the same thing. There's another one, and it's a quarter lineup. I did really well on this one. I profited just on this one alone about $100 last week. So I entered 37.90 or something and profited over 100 on it. The margins are pretty high because it's just a pocket change challenge. But the cool thing about it is if you finish in the top 1,000, you get an entry into the next step, which is in four more weeks now. To get a chance to play, if you place top two, you go to a live final in Puerto Rico. They pay for everything for the most part. Um, and then you play against one person heads up, and whoever wins the like 5K more and all kinds of stuff. So it's cool. It's really, and it's a fair thing. Like, so if you want to max center, like if you'd never max center before and you play on FanDuel, like 150 lineups for a quarter is only 37.50, and then for a nickel it's only 7.50. Like it's worth it in my opinion. And you can just bank a quick K real fast on this one, and I think it's 4K up top on this one, 3K. So yeah, just for food for thought. Those two are pretty decent. Um, other than that, I think we're gonna end it there. If you have any questions, drop a file. Oh, jeez, see what I'm saying? Drop a comment, message me. Whatever. I'm normally available. Um, this week's kind of wasn't that in depth, but we'll get to it next time better. So see you guys later. Appreciate you guys.